What if I told you that future skyscrapers won't touch the clouds, but instead sink deep down underground? Does it sound too wild to be true? Well, some architects have already been coming up with promising concepts, ranging from triangles to straight down to the underground. In this video, we will deep dive into the world of inverted skyscrapers. Is it technically possible to build them, and can we humans survive deep down underground? What about things like temperature or radiation? Quite literally, let's dive into it. So first things first, why on earth would we want to live underground? It turns out there are some solid reasons for that. So let's start with a big one: land scarcity. Right now we are with over 8 billion people on this planet. According to estimations, we will be living on this planet with 11 billion people in 2100. And all these people, they need a place to live. And of course they need food as well. More and more our cities are eating up land we could use to grow crops. In fact, we need 50% more farmland by 2015 in order to feed everyone. But are we going to magically find some land? Well, maybe. When we move our homes or offices or even entire neighborhoods underground. Except for freeing up space for our food system, we also need to consider traffic. Road congestion in big cities is already a big problem right now, and this will probably get even worse in the future. So yeah, living underground, traffic on the ground, problem solved. The third argument to move underground is quite surprising, because underground we are relatively safe. Consider, for example, the rapidly changing climate. Natural disasters are becoming more frequent and also more extreme. Our cities on the surface are quite vulnerable. But dig deep underground and the earth is some sort of natural shield. But then, of course, another question arises. Is it technically possible to build down deeply? And what about heat and radiation and other scary things? Well, the good news is we have been doing this for centuries. Over the years we have been building quite deep subway stations, underground data centers and massive tunnels. And what about our salt mines that go down more than 1,000 meters? However, entire residential areas underground, that is something new. Some promising concepts of Earthscrapers do exist though. And they are quite detailed as well. So let's dive into some of these concepts. First, we have a Japanese Earthscraper. This one goes down 500 meters. The idea is to deal with Tokyo's overcrowdedness without building higher up in the sky. This design includes housing, offices, shopping areas and even a museum. The Japanese designers, they anticipated some challenges as well. Because underground, the temperature can rise 25 to 30 degrees Celsius per kilometer. The original plan was to include advanced ventilation and cooling system to tackle this problem. But today's modern cooling techniques could handle the heat even better. Except for this Japanese pyramid, there have been other Earthscraper concepts as well. And spoiler alert, they have come up with some clever tricks to get the natural sunlight deep underground. Alright, so I am talking about an Earthscraper under Mexico City. This inverted skyscraper would dive 300 meters deep and has over 65 floors. Above the ground, the only thing you see is a glass square. And through this glass square, the sunlight goes in. This Earthscraper would include some houses, some offices, some museums and shops. So about that clever sunlight trick I was talking about, the architects, they wanted to make living underground more human friendly. They wanted to do this by using some sort of mirror system. In this way, the sunlight would reflect on the mirrors and reach the deep underground. Obviously, this is an enormous project. What do you think that it will cost? If this was ever going to be built, it would cost us more than $800 million. You see, the price tag is actually the biggest problem when it comes to Earthscrapers. Building deep underground means dealing with extreme pressure, moisture, heat, and every extra meter requires stronger structures, better ventilation, improved insulation, and escape systems. It's not impossible, it's just very, very, very costly. Okay, but what about if we just forget about the price tag for 1 second? Do we even want to live underground? After all, we crave some fresh air and nature from time to time. Well, actually, quite some problems could be tackled with technology. I just told you about this advanced mirror system, but also consider, for example, vitamin D lamps, or even sound systems and flat screens that mimic nature. If Earth is becoming super crowded and we fight over every piece of land, let's see if we dare to take the plunge. If you like this video, then maybe hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next time.